So there's a movie coming out, I believe this coming weekend, called Bob Trevino Likes It, and I got sent an early screening. So Pixel Media is who reached out to me with this screener. They've reached out to me a couple of times in the past about different movies, but I've never responded. I've never exactly known how to handle like an early screener of something. Like I don't know what to do with that. And also because I'm not good at watching new movies at home, and I prefer to watch new movies in theaters the way they were meant to be seen. Like that's me. But this time I said yes. I say all this for full transparency. Number one, you know how I'm seeing the movie, how I acquired said movie. It's a free screener that was sent to me. They did ask me to post a review on TikTok and Instagram, but no money has been exchanged. They're not paying for it. He's familiar with my content, so he's assuming all the risk. Because if I don't like it, I'm going to say so. Hang tight, I will check in with y'all when the movie is done. Okay, the movie is not done. I'm about 26 minutes in. I'm just here to say this movie's going to break me. This movie's going to hurt me in ways that I've never been hurt before. I'm already crying. I think it's just such a wonderful gift to have that some writers and directors are able to take a feeling, whether it's loneliness or abandonment or hope or whatever, and they're able to take that feeling and turn it into a person on paper, and then that director is able to take that person on paper and put them on screen. That's essentially what I'm getting out of this movie. Is this movie really is about a feeling and something that's very relatable, and we're kind of making sense of that feeling through Lily, who is our main character. Anyways, I'll be back. I'm still not done. I'm about halfway through. They really said, let's take everything every fatherless daughter ever wanted to hear and turn it into a movie. I was doing so well. I woke up this morning and I could breathe through both nostrils. I can't anymore. That was so beautiful. So the movie's called Bob Trevino Likes It, directed by Tracy Lehman, stars Barbie Ferreira, John Leguizamo, Lolo Spencer, French Stewart. I'm okay. I'm okay. So this is about a woman named Lily. Lily is just filled to the brim with trauma and doesn't know it. He's just not a good dad at all. Like he shows no interest in her, no real love or care towards her. She is a bit of a nuisance. He kind of uses her a little bit, and she's just kind of empty, but she doesn't really recognize her own emptiness because she's never been given the tools to navigate her own struggle and her own pain. So when you have someone who hasn't really been given the tools to deal with their own life, they go one of two ways. They either, externalize it, so they lash out and they throw tantrums or what have you, or they do crazy things, or they internalize it. And with Lily, she internalizes it. Everything is her fault, and she's a bit of a peacekeeper, and she keeps a smile on her face, to try to keep the peace and keep things easy and not be such a burden on others. God, this is so relatable. This is a movie that really hinges on performances. This is a very character-driven piece. It's not very plot-heavy. The plot is very, very simple, and I like that balance of we're gonna keep the plot simple, but we're gonna keep these performances heavy. So casting is so important, and Barbie Ferreira, her performance in this is just so heartbreaking. Just the range of emotions she goes through. Just we see this woman who is just keeping it all in, and she's so tense and she's trying to keep it all together, and as she slowly starts to let go and loosen up, and she meets this chosen dad, and just a couple of months with him, just a couple of times meeting him, and how that just transforms her. We start to see her look at her own life through a new lens and start to see that, my dad wasn't a really good dad. My dad did some really terrible things. And, starting to realize that she deserved a real father. This movie to me kind of highlights a bit of the problem with Hollywood right now in terms of scheduling. I feel like that's the biggest issue with the box office in 2025 is scheduling. Movies just don't know when to freaking come out. Now, this is probably a good time. Now, the movie is technically already out in theaters. I believe it's out in LA and New York, a limited release, and it's going wide or wider this coming weekend. Like I already got a ticket for the movie. I don't know if I'm going to keep my ticket. I don't know if I can watch that again on a Friday. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I need more time. But this is like The cruelest thing anybody could ever do would be to do a double feature with this movie and The Wild Robot. Like a movie that is an homage to mothers and then an homage to fathers. Like just the most devastating portraits of the two most important jobs on the planet, mother and father. Like, just, I'm devastated. The movie's good. Did I even say that? It was beautifully done. It's beautifully written. It's so simple, straight to the point. Great performances. My goodness, like that. The movie works because I wouldn't say the plot is thin. It's simple. It's very simple, and it sticks to that simplicity by kind of, offsetting these very loud and boisterous performances. And I can't speak highly. Like, this was such a treat. I'm so glad I watched this in the privacy of my own home, if I'm being real with you, because like I'm just sobbing at my desk. I feel like someone just split my chest open. Fatherless daughters, girls with daddy issues, we get poked fun at a lot. And men when they're talking about dating, girls with daddy issues, there's a lot that's said about us, but our issues are very real, and they deserve to be taken seriously, because that relationship between a father and a daughter, it is so essential. It is so essential because we are the life givers, correct? We are responsible in a sense as women for, carrying on and producing the next generation. And so making sure that we are healthy and ready mentally and physically to carry and, fulfill that biological duty, if you will. We need good fathers. Yeah, mothers are important, but let's not, underestimate or undervalue the role of fathers. I need every man to hear me, especially if you're a man with daughters or you have a daughter on the way. You can make or break that little girl. Oh, she's a daddy's girl. No, sir, take that seriously. Take that very seriously and take it to the grave. He takes her to a hardware store. It sounds very benign, right? But, he's asking her, basic questions, and he, listens to her, and he says, oh, so you don't have any tools. In the movie, he's talking about, actual tools, asking her, if something breaks, what do you do? And she just, I don't know. And he says, oh, so you don't have any tools or something like that. And, he's talking about real tools, but it's such a huge metaphor for how so many young girls are being raised without tools. And those tools come from their fathers. This is the most important film I've seen all year. I love that so much. It's, not just, a good message, good story, great acting, culturally relevant message, but great direction. Like, job well done, ma'am. Job well done.